Okay, so I have for you today the latest pen from Montblanc. I think this came out, at least locally, on April 1st. This is the Patron of the Arts Homage to Hadrian, limited edition. So this pen is, I guess, inspired by a Roman emperor that ruled, I think, around 138 AD. So on the box we've got the head of Medusa, which is taken from one of the most famous busts, apparently, of Hadrian. And so this emperor is known for completing the Pantheon and for bringing an air of peace back to Rome. So in the box we've got the information booklet and the case. So the information booklet contains, as usual, service guide, and warranty, as well as a little booklet detailing the pen's characteristics and its inspirations. Unlike some of the previous booklets, there's not much in the way of detail of the manufacturing or what really went into making the pen, and nothing at all about the other limited edition versions of this pen. So what makes this pen special is that the barrel is made of basalt, a type of rock, volcanic rock. That's, I think, the most abundant stone on Earth. Not sure what percentage of the Earth's mantle is made up of it, but yeah, it's ubiquitous. So let's see. The box appears to be, it's not wood, it appears to be a plastic, and on the front you can see the inscription of the Montblanc's inscription and the name of the pen and its number. So as usual, when you get a pen from Montblanc, it comes sealed, hermetically sealed. I'm not too sure why this particular pen is sealed like this, unlike the silver pens that will tarnish if exposed to oxygen. This pen is made up of gold, rhodium, and basalt, so it shouldn't be too likely to tarnish. I do have my concerns about the nature of the stone. Because basalt, when it's raw like this, is black, but it does weather over time. Granted, on a geological scale, that's nothing in human years. But you never know. Maybe some discoloration can be expected. The way granite countertops age may mean that we could expect this to lighten over time. So there are a few motifs on the pen, the main being Medusa and I think the Egyptian god Osiris. So as I mentioned, Medusa was included as a motif in this pen because of its prominence on one of the most famous busts of Hadrian, and Osiris was included in it because one of the most important characters in Hadrian's life died on the banks of the River Nile. So this is the first time I hold it in my hand, and it feels, the stone feels quite waxy. Not particularly cool to the touch the way that stone does, so I wonder if it's been treated to solidify it. Given that it's stone, it is, I imagine, likely to chipping, but on closer inspection, they seem to have done a very good job with the edges here. No cracks from the manufacturing process. So it seems quite neat. The top dome here is meant to mimic the Pantheon, sorry, with the stepped domes. Of course, the Pantheon, the biggest and oldest unreinforced concrete dome. I'm not sure why they chose basalt for the barrel. It is the stone most likely used in carvings of Egyptian artifacts, other than of course sandstone. It's a very tough stone, so hopefully resistant to damage. And then of course the ruhedium coating and gold coating. So not sure if you can see that on the nib. That emblem is supposed to be a Roman phoenix with the sun at its head. If you get it in your hands, you'll get a closer look at it. It's quite neat. I think it's one of the nicer images they've chosen to put on a pen like this. So it doesn't quite show up well on camera, but the barrel is not homogeneous, which is I sort of expect from igneous stone like basalt, but you can see a number of imperfections and sort of the various formations that make up basalt. So the Pantheon dome is mimicked in the base of the pen, and apparently these scrolls are meant to represent an architectural feature that Hadrian had, or that featured prominently in his summer home outside of Rome. So on the clip we see what is supposed to represent a chaff of wheat, which, as we assume from watching the movie Gladiator, is important to Roman culture. Not too sure, other than harvest and prosperity. I'm not sure what it represents. It's not a bad touch. It doesn't seem out of place. If we can get a closer look of Medusa, it's a relatively bland representation, with only two layers to the image. So the shiny layer of the face and the snakes, and then the matte background. So very basic. If you consider the standard of sort of coins can be quite well detailed at this scale. So then once again, just a regular black and white resin Montblanc emblem, and then an inscription on the ring here. Not too sure what that inscription means. I don't think I saw it detailed in the booklet. I'll look that up and put it in the description once I have a moment to. Come on. Once I get a moment to look that up. Really? Well, it looks like my, come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, so a different inscription on the bottom. There we go, close-up of the nib. So, like I said, I'm curious to see how this barrel is going to wear over time. It feels quite nice. I'm upset that I don't have a scale to actually give you a measurement of the weight of this thing, but it definitely feels a lot more important than the standard Montblanc pen. And we'll see if I can get the characteristics of the barrel to pick up more with some focused light. There, you might see the differences in the grain. Now, I bought this pen without having a look at it, so I ordered it before it came out. Wasn't too sure what to expect, but certainly a very unique pen and a very interesting addition to the collection. There you go. The latest addition to the Montblanc line of Patron of the Arts, homage to Hadrian, the Roman emperor from 138 AD.